Hi everyone, it's Andra and Karen from Kitchen
Hey.
Chats, and we just wanted to pop in and say happy Valentine's Day because it's a special day. But you really don't need Valentine's Day and all the commercialism to let people know that you love them and they're important to you. So please remember to do that every day because people are important. So, Karen, you
Mhm.
were just on a vacation. How was that, honey?
It was really good. I took a cruise from Miami. It was a 3 night cruise to the Bahamas, 2 islands in the Bahamas. We couldn't stop at one island because of the weather, so we ended up just going Nassau. We were supposed to go to Freeport in Nassau. We just went to Nassau, and it was fabulous. The weather was wonderful. The water was blue. The people, the food was great. So food, folks, and fun. We had a great time. It was me and my girlfriend. So it was like a girls' trip, about 10 of us.
Oh, that's so cool. I saw you in your bikini there, having fun. I haven't been to Nassau or Freeport. I want to say in about 20 years. I went when I was young with my sister, but I haven't been back. And it's something that's on my list to do very soon because you need that. You need to get away just with the girls.
Yeah.
I usually travel with my childhood friends,
Hmm.
we go everywhere together. So
Hmm.
Karen and I would like to remind you that if you like what you see here and here, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And Karen and I were talking about leadership because we have always been in those roles, that we work on a multidisciplinary team and there's always someone ahead of the team and working in facilities. We've always managed those teams. But there's a lot to say about leadership. So we're going to get into what our views are on leadership because a lot of people don't see the I in team and they like that authoritative role and that's really not what a good leadership is about. So we're just going to spend a few minutes today talking about that. And then our next session we're going to spend some time on addiction because addiction is so important and it does have a lot to do with food. Karen and I were just talking about that. It's not just about alcohol and drugs. A drug is a drug is a drug, and I'm one of those people that really believes everyone needs those 12 steps in their life. So we're going to talk about that next time. So
Yep,
um
definitely.
when if I asked you, someone recently asked me, and that's why I wanted to do this, what I thought leadership really was. So if I asked you that question, what would your response be to leadership?
Yeah. So leadership to me is someone who inspires. A leader inspires. A leader encourages. So whenever I look at leadership, I look at someone who has that ability, that character to encourage someone to reach another level or encourage someone within their current position to do their best. So as a leader myself, whenever I have a team of nurses right now, but it could be a team of anyone. It could even be in your own household, right? As a mother, you're a leader. It's being able to inspire someone to be a better person, period, or the better person, the better professional, the better nurse, the better doctor, and it's not necessarily better. It is better at their profession, like a skill, but it's also like in character. A lot of times we see people, they enter a career and they may feel like they're not sure if that career is for them. They may not be working at the capacity that they could, right? Something is keeping them from reaching their potential there. A leader is someone who can help boost that self-esteem, boost that potential
Morale.
to where they could be, So a leader to me is synonymous with someone who inspires. So that's a leader for me.
Okay, so I like what
Mm-hmm.
you said because that's a visionary, someone that sees the future and really inspires you to move you towards that goal. And I'm a big visionary. I could always see the path forward. But I think that transparency, and being ethical and honest in what you do, especially for us because we lead our teams, but we always in the nursing field take doctor's orders. And in facilities we work they haven't always been transparent about what was happening and where things were going and what their visions were, and that did have an impact on us. So I
Right.
think that we need to be empathetic to and have a little bit of emotional intelligence, like be
Mhm.
aware of other people's emotions, and allow them to really feel that and voice that. So for me, in my experiences, the best teams that I've led have been ones where, you know, I could put myself in their position and I wouldn't ask them to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. And that kind of shows them that every part of that team is important, that we don't look at their job as less than or more, that we are all that one team. And if you can't get it, I got it. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
be and working together and really moving forward.
Right. That
So
is so true, Andra. And it brings me back to when we worked that facility together, how we got on the floors with the nurses, we gave out medication. We didn't just tell them what to do or read a job aid or read a job description. We were the description. Our actions showed what could be done, and our actions showed where they could potentially be. As a leader, you should always, or I believe you should always be able to train someone to take your position or even go ahead of you. I tell my nurses all the time, you guys can be me or better. I'm in this position because I've trained and I had someone train me. Whenever I was in a manager position, it was always another manager that took me aside and helped me to see that I can be there. You know, that I didn't need to be in one position. And I want to say that about you personally also, Andra, that the way that you took me on from the first day that we met. I remember the first day we met at that facility, and you were like, "Well, what do you want to do with your career? What do you want to do?" And I said, "You know, I want to work remotely because I have kids and I have a family, but I still want to lead nurses. I still want to inspire nurses." And I remember when you gave me a recruiter's name for a position that you thought I would be great for, and I'm still at that job now. So you are a leader in so many ways. In personal lives, we need to be leaders. In professional lives, in your home life, anywhere you are, I believe a leader is a characteristic that you bring with you. You inspire, you encourage, you build up. And you're that person, Andra, and I pray that I can continue to be that person.
you are that person, and I think it's really important what you just said. I am who I am because somebody went before me. So we
Absolutely.
are a product of our environment. So for me, Mary Munez was that person. So she was the most amazing nurse I've ever met, and I loved her. She'd be falling asleep sometimes at the desk because she never said no and always worked. But I loved her, and what I loved about her, like, and I encouraged my team to do the same thing. My team knew that, like, if we had ostomy cares and the ostomies, the equipment didn't come in, because a lot of times facilities take residents in and they really don't have the equipment to manage them. So, Mary would say, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm gonna I'll make something," and she would make something.
Right, Florence
And
Nightingale.
and I would, yeah. So I would say, "You know what, Mary, I'm going with you because I want to know how to make this, and she always did. And so, so many times, because of me working with her and her so willing to teach, that when I ran into these situations, there was always something that I could fix. Do you know what I mean? So,
Right, right.
and I inspired other people to do that. And I remember taking a role in a facility where everybody said that this floor was very problematic. And they asked me to take a floor, and I said I wouldn't take any floor in this building other than, and it was the one that nobody wanted to go to. And
Mm,
I loved it. It
mm.
and they were very warm and receiving to me, because I remember the first time they came into a room and saw me doing their job, and they were like, "Oh, no, you don't do that. That's my job." I said, "No, it's everybody's job."
Right, right.
And
Okay.
we're here together, and you go back to doing what you're doing. But nobody ever took the time to, like you and I have had really good experiences, and I think it's important that that we give that forward.
Mhm.
So I mean, that we teach them. It would really irk me when I would hear a nurse giving a report and she would say that someone was on Coumadin and not teach the assistants, to look for the
Right,
signs of bleeding and what that
right.
really meant, because they're only as good as you help them become. You have to let them know what those signs and symptoms are and what they're looking for, because they are your eyes and your ears. The
Right,
janitor on your floor is equally as important as anybody else on
right.
that unit, and so many
Hmm.
people don't understand that.
That is so very true. So very true. Our nurses assistants on the floor, sometimes they have a task of taking a blood pressure. So they'll take the blood pressure and they'll write it down. But if we don't educate them on what the reading means, then it could be a low blood pressure, it could be a high blood pressure, but they're gonna write it down and they're not gonna be able to tell us or alert us that something could be wrong. So being able to educate on every level, not just on your level as a registered nurse, being able to educate the certified nursing assistants, and we can even inspire and educate the doctors or the nurse practitioners, because we're all one. We're all trying to help that patient, that member. It is just so very important that each one teaches one. We never make it. Medicine is consistently changing. Every human body is different. So everyone facing a condition could be reacting differently. So we do need to just always be humble and open to sharing and building someone up, being able to pull someone up as you are being pulled up by someone else.
I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I love that. And I had a nurse that worked with me, and I allowed my team to know that they can come to me with anything. Because if they
Mm-hmm.
felt like they couldn't, we would be missing something. And she would
Right,
always
right,
come with me and say, this number is really low, and please double check me, and
right,
she was always spot on. But she always was humble enough to say, what if I'm wrong? Or let me
right,
ask somebody else. And, I always ask the doctor, if I didn't know something, hey, doc, why are we doing that? You
right,
know?
right.
And
Mm-hmm.
they used to laugh at me. Hey, Doc Annette, what do you want now?
Right,
Because I said, it's
uh-huh.
not my fault. You taught me so well.
Right, exactly. Because we all can make mistakes, and we all do need that help. And definitely with teaching, just putting someone in a position to teach. I know at my current position, I allow my staff to run meetings, to run our leadership meetings at times. I'm like, well, you can do it. That I can help you put together the PowerPoint and you can do it. And that encourages them so much that I'm willing to give them that hand. I'm willing to open up the position to them. You can do it. There's nothing that you can't do. I'm here because someone else showed me that I can do it, and I'm going to do the same for you. Mm-hmm.
And absolutely, I love that. And some of them are really better teachers. Like, people don't know their capabilities until they're
Right.
really pushed to limits to find out. So a lot of times people are really good teachers, and someone needs to learn from them. So sometimes they need to be in that position and they don't see it. You know, my floor was always the training floor where we would have all the old nurses, because I loved it. I was like, yeah, come on, we got something over here you need to see. We got something over here you need to see. But even a lot of the aides went back to become nurses, and I would make sure they put in that catheter. They knew what that tube was doing. So and they'd be like, no, 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 I don't have to do it. Yes, you do, because you could either do it here or in class where you might make a mistake. Here, I don't care. I'm going to show you
Right.
how to correct it. You know what I mean? So let's
Mm-hmm.
do it. Let's get you comfortable with it. And I loved it. That's a big part of our role. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And even with our audience now, if you reach out to Andra and I, whether you're in nursing school, you're a nurse, and you need to know something, let us know. We can always reach back out to you and give you tips or ideas. We're here for you. So definitely reach out, like, share. We're definitely here.
all right, guys. So I think you heard, or did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
No, but I think we covered it all. We wanted to say happy Valentine's Day. Love is an everyday thing. Love on your staff if you're a leader. Love on anyone you know. Encourage
Yes,
anyone.
you should. If you could be anything in this world, be kind. So Karen and I do actually work during the day, so we're both going to get to that. But we did want to pop in and start our mornings with you. So thank you for joining us here at Kitchen Chats. I'm Andra. This is Karen Walk, and we love being here with you. And if you like what you hear here and you like what you see here, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And have a great day.
Bye, guys.